Right, hello everybody. Yes, we're in the garage. Weather's been rubbish, but I thought, right, I need to get into the garage. I need to do a bit more to the Africa 500. What I'm doing today, I bought myself a Christmas present. So that doesn't count the overall budget, does it? You know me. So I bought engine guards. Now the reason I've gone for the engine guards, one, because I obviously want to protect the engine and the fairings and stuff on my trip, but I also want to be able to possibly mount small bags onto here. And I mean small, I don't want to think bulky, but possibly something in here. But also an additional place to mount a camera. I'm not quite sure how that's going to pan out. So the camera sort of mounts will go onto one of these ball mounts. So I'm hoping it will sort of ping out here and do that. So I've got some things I need to undo on here. It attaches there, which goes sort of under where the fairing is, that one there. That's where the crash bungs are at the moment. Then this bit here, I just realised, I thought these didn't bolt to anything, but they do. I thought they bolted to each other. But they actually go up underneath here, so there's a, it's part of the fairing mount under here, these two bolts going there. So a little bit of twiddling around. So that we're going to do. If I get into any problems, I'll show you the bits I get problems with, but I'll show you once they are sort of partially fitted. And then the other thing I'm going to do today, I'm going to try and tilt the screen forward, because it's something I said I'm still getting buffeting on my head, and something to say on the channel, and it's something I thought about myself anyway, is to tilt this forward. So it may be a case of undoing these two, those slightly, putting some longer screws in there, just putting some sort of buffer or sort of rubber bung between the two, and just tilt it forward maybe sort of 10 degrees if I can. And then I'm just going to adjust the rear camera so I don't get the shadow from the top box. So that's what we're doing today. And right, I'm going to start unbolting bits and pieces. I may have to remove my lights, and then I'll have to get a different bracket to put them onto the bars, but we'll see how that goes. Right, I'll catch you in a minute once I've done that bit. Right, you know, I said if I had any problems I'll give you a shout. I've had a disaster. I don't know. I hope I've already had 3 now, because I don't want, I don't want the next one. This is major-ish problem, but obviously anything could be fixed. So I'll show you what happened, and you can have a look. No. Right, the light's not very good in here, but I think the camera will be able to deal with it. So, crash bungs. Crash bungs go there. So they got to come out for me to have the mounting bracket. Now that's like an engine mount anyway. It's an engine bracket in there. It just goes in and replaces that. Of course, these have been in there a long time, maybe since the bike was new. But what you've got is an alloy and then steel in the bolt, and it was very tight. So put a bit of penetrating oil in there, just left that, and had to get a bigger spanner on it. I had to find my 1/2 inch socket set, but yeah, started to turn. Oh great, and then twang. Uh-oh, and it's just corroded and snapped off. So, which now means, yes, I know you like looking at my disasters. So that now means that I've got some of the studs sitting in there, or some of the bolts sitting in there. It is still attached to the engine, to the bracket, this bracket. The engine, the bolt hole that goes through the engine, obviously is on a spur, if you like, that sits out. So that can be drilled out, but it's got to be very, very delicately done. It's got to be carefully done. And that's not something I'm going to do here. It's the same on the other side. I've not snapped the one off on the other side, but because I learnt my lesson on this one, so that's going to need to be drilled out. May need to be helicoiled. I'm not sure, to put a new thread in there. But that's going to take. That's going to be a bit of an engineering job, that one. So I'll see if Dave can do that. Dave down at Boldon might be able to do that for me. The bike's still rideable. It's not a problem, but I'll because it's not just the engine's not just attached here, but that is solid. So that's going to need to come out. That's a priority. Get that out. and then stick another bolt in there, and see what it's like on the other side. I think they're going to have to just apply loads of heat to allow it to come out. But obviously this is alloy, so you've got to be quite careful that you don't do any damage to the or warp the cylinder head, so or the cylinder. So we'd have to be very, very careful with that. But yeah, that's a bummer. Yeah, I thought, oh, it's starting to turn, good, and twang, off it came. Yeah, mixing the metals in these things is never a good idea, and that's what's happened there. That's over corroded and so tight that it just wasn't going to come out. It would have needed excessive heat. It just felt like it would have just snapped, gone, broken the seal, if you like, and then just come undone. But no, that's very, very annoying. Oh well, it's another problem to solve, isn't it? I know you like it when I have a terrible problem. But yeah, disaster. So I will stop with that little job. I will now go on to doing the screen and see if I can destroy that. But yeah, we'll see where we go. All right, back with it, guys. See you in a bit. Right, back to it. Never give up, never surrender. I'm still smarting about the bolt. Anyway, so what I've done, by taking out the original screw, I haven't had to undo the bottom one because I've actually got quite a bit of movement. So I'll take that one out again. I'll show you. That's given me the grommet's going. What I've done, I'm going to lose my grommet, but never mind. By doing that, it's given me about, and I've put a grommet under that at the moment. It's given me about, that's where it was normally, and I've come up to about there. You see, you see the difference there. So the grommet filler. So that's where it is normally, and I've gone to about there. So it'll be in increments. And what I've done, I've used these little grommets you can get. So you can buy packets of these grommets from Alford's, but they're rubber, so obviously just gives a little bit of buffering between the metal of the bolt and that. And I've used a slightly longer bolt for that, because these are not really tight. It's the rubber that sort of gives it support. So and there's a screw on the other, a bolt on the other, nut on the other side, and so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to put it there, so it's going to give me that, which doesn't look like a lot. If I go from that and go pushing things a bit to about there and just see where that goes. But I can go a little bit more if I want, if I loosen the bottom ones, but I don't particularly want to do that. But we'll see what that gives me. Might give me just a little bit extra honey. So I'll fit those and I'll see what the end result is like. So with the camera, actually I didn't actually need to move it. You've got the tilt facility on it, so I've just tilted that down just to avoid that, because they're quite a wide angle view, these cameras. And I'll show you what that's done. My lovely home screen on that. So that will boot up. So I can get the cameras on the thing there. So that now brings my cameras up. And then I can change it to the back view. So I've got no shadowing now. No shadowing on the actual camera now, which is really good. There's front and back. Oh, it's just joined up to my thing. So there we are, front and back. Back to the front, and front to the back. So that's good. Right, here we go, everybody. So this is first of a new series of just little bits that I'll put into different episodes, and hope you like it. It's going to be introduced by this man himself. Here he is. Here's your favourite, Milo.
Hello everybody, it's Milo here, your favorite cat, and I've just been on a trip with HelloFresh. I've just been, traveling around in this box and that, but for you, this is all about my cafe of the week. So enjoy this little episode and enjoy the coffee when you get there. Take care everybody, I love you.
Right, thanks for that, Milo. Right, so we're going to do these on Milo's cafes, and I'm going to take you to some of the places where you might not get to see, or you know when you're coming out for a ride, because this is such a popular little spot, isn't it? You'll get to see some of the little cafes and places where you can get a coffee and a snack, which are a bit more off the beaten track for here. So, but I'm going to start each time from Whiteways. So this is Whiteways, as you know, top of
the South Downs. We're sort of high on the South Downs here, not totally high because it's high over there, but this is a motorbike haunt. There's only idiots like me and a couple of other foolish people out here today. But you know, I've had a shocking morning by breaking my bike. I was still, luckily the engine's still in at the moment. But we're going to start from Whiteways, and I'm going to use the Relive app. Let's get this out of here, because I've already forgotten to put this on once today. If I can find it, it's here. And what we're going to do, so this will actually record the route for us, and I can upload this to the video, so that's really cool. So today we're going to the Fittleworth stores, and Fittleworth stores have got a fantastic cafe in it, but it's not far from Whiteways, so if you find Whiteways really busy and you don't want to stop here, then it's a good place just to go on to. So we'll start the Relive app. Right, so we're going to head down over the South Downs, down Berry Hill, and then we're going to head off down. I don't know what these people are doing. People do drive funny, don't they? He's got a flat tyre. Oh well, obviously doesn't know. Right, tally ho, let's go. And let's hope that my engine doesn't fall out. Of course it won't. It might be my third thing that goes wrong today. Well, I know, the third thing gone wrong with the bike. So this is the part of the South Downs Way that runs along here. I'm hoping that you'll be able to see a little bit down. So it's a really misty, funky day today. I'll put that up a little bit. I'll be able to see a little bit more. Should be able to see what's going on. You've got the Yarran Valley down there. I'm still learning with this 360 camera. I'm not that impressed. Well, I'm not impressed with it. It's not so good in low light. It struggles with low light, and you know, it's just one of those things. Just bring that down a bit now. So yeah, we're at the top of the South Downs, and now we're coming down Berry Hill. Everybody knows Berry Hill in this area. A lot of people fall off here. You have to be very careful here. It's a lot of people end up in the bushes here. The sensible people remember to put it into a lower gear as they're going down and use engine braking rather than the brakes, as it were. But you do get the police will sit round here watching it. It's 50 mile an hour speed limit down here. A few bikes coming up. They were going up to Whiteways. They braved it. They avoided the rain, not like me. Went straight into the rain this morning. Such a pain with that engine mount. You know, it's one of them things, isn't it? It's just a problem to solve. There are some engineering places. There's one in Henfield. I've checked in with Billy's this morning. He'll have a look at it on Friday and just see if it's something he could do. It's not a difficult job. It's easy access. It's just whether you've got the kit for it, really. But I will have some very good news about Billy's motorcycles. It's a good news story from a motorbike dealer, and it's to do with expansion, all the rest of it. So I'm really excited for them. When I popped in there this morning, they were busily doing some bits and pieces. But we will do a video from there, and they've said, yep, let's do a video. I really want to support them because they're a great shop, great guys. And yeah, I'll do a little episode from Billy's and what their future plans are, and I think it's going to be really, really good for them and good for the area as well. Really good for the area. So yeah, excited about that. So keep a watch out for that episode. But yeah, so this is a very popular route. We're on the 264. 264, so it takes you to Arundel, goes up to Horsham. But a lot of people ride this route to get between here and Rikers, which is Box Hill. Unfortunately, its popularity is what's caused its problem sometimes. You know, the speed's been reduced along here and all the rest of it. So, you know, it's just one of those things, isn't it? You do get quite a few speed traps with the police along here, so you have to be very, very careful. but it's a nice route. If you get it on the right day, it's lovely, but it's very busy car wise along here, because obviously it's a very popular tourist route as well. So yeah, but we'll do an episode from Whiteways eventually, but I'm going to use that as a starting point so people know where that is, and I'll obviously put the addresses up, but start from Whiteways and where you can sort of vector off from Whiteways to go to some other little cafes. So we're now coming down to what I thought was going to be the next Triumph dealership. This has all been done up, this place, but it's now to let, so maybe they're not going in there. But that's right for a motorbike dealership, because this is right in the heart of motorbike ride outs. This really is. Right, so we're going to turn left just up here. That used to be the Carringdale Caravan Centre and fishing shop, strangely. So we're going to come off here. So it's a very short ride. So you've got West Burton and Bignor. So if you go up there, you can get to the Roman villa with its lovely mosaics. So it's really nice there. It's worth a visit. It's like a family-run place. It's got no electrics. It's quite funny, but it's really worth a visit. And you've got a little campsite there, so you can go camping there. But it's really out of the way. I've done some of my filming along that way, but I'll do a little trip up there one day. Maybe a test camp with this, but we're going to do some test camping with this bike as early as we can in the spring, before I go down to North Africa. That's always assuming my engine hasn't fallen out. I'll not stop moaning about that tonight. It's not a pain in the arse, but I'll get it fixed. It hasn't fallen out yet. So yeah, so these little stores, they're like these little villages that are putting like a little cooperative together, and sort of village funded, and they're making little convenience stores, and the clever ones are putting cafes in, and this one's really popular. I mean, we're in the middle of the day today, but you'll see when we get there. But it's a really popular little store, and there's another one I'm going to do, another one of Milo's cafes of the day, at Curdford. Now it doesn't have any inside seating area, unfortunately, but it does have outside. And I always think if it's really cold and frosty, it's lovely to sit outside with a coffee, isn't it? A bit of kick. So yeah, this will be a regular feature until I run out of cash. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Until I run out of cash to show you all. But I've got a few little ones that I use, and we go out with the lads, and so they just be little features. This is obviously going to be a slightly longer feature because I couldn't do any other filming this morning. It was going to be just me putting my my engine bars on, which ended in disaster. I need to stop going on about that, but it's going to be a bit moany on it. But never mind. And we're still not quite on New Year yet. Well, you're going to see this after New Year, aren't you? You're going to see this is going to be Saturdays, I suppose. So yeah, this is coming up to New Year for this. I keep leaving my flipping indicators on. Do you know what it is? It's actually the camera. The camera is in the way of the dash, and I can't see the indicator light. As I said on one of my videos, I need to get one of those bleep, beep, beep, beep. That's probably got my hand in it. I'm going to do a video about the camera gear that I use, and my experiences with the 360 camera and stuff like that, which I'm not struggling with, but I'm finding it a bit not as convenient to use. It's a bit slow. Right, we're coming into Fittleworth. So this is the Swan Inn, which is another very old public house. This is just on the side there. And then we come up here, and then you've got to hang a right up here to come to Fittleworth stores. But it is signposted. It's nicely signposted, so you can't really miss it. Art gallery there. If any of you like doing a bit of art, I like a bit of art. Right, Fittleworth store. Watch out for the drain covers. So you've got parking outside here if you need it. Still indicating, but this is where it is. Okay, I'm going to come down here. So it's Fittleworth Village Hall is part of it, but the store is just there, which is great. So that's where we are. Right, I'm going to park the bike properly, and we shall get off and have a look inside. So Fittleworth stores then. So these places act like a community hub, particularly for the elderly in these areas where, you know, public transport links are really poor. And people just get to these places. They can come meet up, have a chat. But it also works out as a really nice place, just a little ride out. And they also act as places where youngsters could come and sort of learn about enterprise and business and work in retail a little bit. And all that's definitely echoed in all the other little community stores and shops and cafes that I've seen springing up. So Sussex is really good for that, and they're really worth hunting out. And the other bonus is that the prices are really good. You're not paying Costa Coffee prices here. And you just feel like you're contributing to the community by supporting these places. And you always find that the cakes are homemade, which is lovely, and the coffee here is really good. So if you're in the area, get down to Fittleworth stores, well worth the trip. Right, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next episode, where I'll probably be repairing my bike. Take care, everybody. See you soon.